Hello everybody, Skippy Gamer here. Welcome to my video review of Earthbound 0. This is my first video review I've ever done, so yeah, well, this is my first time, so if I'm like maybe boring or something, just don't blame me. I'll get better in the future. No promises though. Sound like a show right there. Anyways, alright, let's begin. Now, if you played Super Smash Bros., you noticed a character known as Ness. Well, have you ever wondered which game did he come from? This is it. And from what I've heard of a specific YouTube video, I'll try to remember to put a link in it. It was a sad story. Okay, let's begin. My reviews are going to be covering a couple of things. Okay, some of my methods are going to be like other reviewers, but I try to keep it different as possible. But what I'm going to be covering is the story of a game, the gameplay with controls, the music and sound track and stuff like that, and the graphics, because those are what I really like. How I score it, you'll know on the way. Alright, so now we know all that, let's begin. Okay, let's start with the story. The story begins in the early 1900s, where one day... Hold on. In the 1900s, a UFO came down and took two married couple. 2 years later, the alien saucer came back and dropped the husband down, but kept the wife for some reason. Don't know why. But the husband was named George, and the wife was named Maria. George began an odd study, which was PSI, actually, which is the main magic of this game. But, yeah, the wife never returned. That's so sad. That was 80 years ago. In today, we come across a house of a boy named Ninten. One day, he had a normal day in his house, probably playing his Game Boy or something. And he's like, okay, maybe some breakfast. Then, wow, what is that? All of a sudden, some odd things happen in his house. After the phenomenon stopped, his dad calls and tells him that his grandfather has been doing some research on some sorcery power known as PSI, which he tells him that his grandfather's book is in the basement and sends him on his way to an adventure. Okay, this is actually kind of crazy. It's like his dad sends his son on a grand adventure when, you know what, there could be a possibility of him dying and no one tries to stop him or anything. It's kind of crazy if you ask me. He tells him to go for it, even though he might die, which is such a... Okay. Okay, I don't think we will be around to check on my family that much, if you ask me. Once you got everything, you're on your way, and then you begin your adventure. I just still think it's crazy that his dad would just send him on his way. I mean, how old is he? Okay. Well, the story is... I guess they try to be okay, but... yeah, it is a bit weird, and technically I wouldn't mind a much dramatic way to... on how he goes on his adventure, but hey, what can you do? But of course I have seen much of the other story. Okay, technically I mostly seen the ending and some other stuff from one other video. Okay, never mind. And I gotta admit, it does try to be good, like a big encore story, like so dramatic and stuff like movies nowadays. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but hey, they tried their best. So, to me, the story, I'm gonna give this 2 stars. Alright, next is gameplay. Okay, the gameplay in this game does control very well in basic. The controls are the D-pad to move, of course. Use D-pad to move, of course. And to run, all you have to do is hold down the B button. Just hold it down. The start button is your map. Your A button is your menu. If you wanna save and quit the game, just go to a phone and call your dad. Now, I guess I would say there's times it probably isn't fully precise, but that could be just my emulator. There was one problem, but of course what I'm about to say could be just my emulator, so I really don't know if this will be the entire game. One thing that did occur once in a while, not that much, but once in a while, is that... Yeah, maybe not, but one thing that did happen is... Okay, yeah, it's maybe just my emulator. Is, you see what I'm doing right now? I'm just tapping it once to go one block, but sometimes, yeah, like right now, before I turn to left, I just want to tap once and do this, but it didn't let me. I had to hold down and walk farther than I wanted, so it's like, it wouldn't like read it fully until I held it down, which made it do more than I wanted. Of course, this could be just my emulator. I really never played the console, so I can't fully be sure. Okay. Now, I heard this from a video, and you know what? I kind of agree with him. The battles do work. Okay, I guess I'll mention it later. But the battles in this game are turn-based, and they do have random encounters. So, if you don't like random encounters in RPG games, sorry. But they do work good, but I remember, well, if you play Dragon Quest, the old ones, you will notice some similarities to this. A video does explain why, though. Other than the normal tech I'm just doing, there is magic powers known as PSI, and I'm almost out of health. I don't have any right now, but PSI is basically magic in this game. Your goods are items and stuff. If you do check on an enemy, you could check his health, what this guy does, maybe his weakness, just stuff like that. Guard is pretty much the same. Run, basically run, is common in RPG games. Auto is something different. If you keep auto on, he'll keep attacking every turn until the whole battle's over, whether he loses or not. See, I could have done something, but the auto just ignored it and kept on attacking. If you want to stop the auto, just press B, and I lost right there. Once you die, you go to this sort of thing. You could just quit the game or continue. So yeah, that's what happens when you die. The menu is okay. Just press A, and if you're in front of something, you could talk to it. Or just check to read a sign, or check a box, or just anything. Goods are your items. You could click on them, press use, or equip, or eat the diary. Okay, that's crazy. Yeah. Your PSI are... Basically, right now you can use PSI that'll, like, fill your health all the way back up, and maybe cure poison, stuff like that. Check. Oh, we already did that? Your status just shows status of the entire of your characters. Of course, if you go down, there is more, but I don't have that party member right now. In the story, you do have to collect something. Like, you know, Mario RPG, you have to collect the 7 stars. Well, you have to collect 8 melodies. So, yeah, you have to collect in this game. And setup, well, there's not really much to talk about setup, actually. But you could just adjust some stuff. You could see it all right here, actually. One thing a specific YouTube video told me, and I believe him now, is balance between battles and exploring the overworld. You may not believe me at first, but trust me. Like, if you've been watching my gameplay of it, then you know what I'm talking about. It's like on day 4 and day 5, there's like like after I finish a fight like this or something, they just die, and hold on. Okay, I guess it doesn't happen now, but there's times in fights where like you just finished a fight, and no matter how hard it is or how easy it is, like you take one step or one turn, another fight comes on. Or if you're lucky, it won't like have another fight for a long time or something. But it's just balance that really frustrates me, and it has frustrated me throughout playing this game, even behind the scenes of the videos. Okay, it just happened. I took a couple steps after that crow fight, and another fight came on. If you still don't believe me, then when you play this game, yep, you will believe me. The people in this game is sometimes weird and sometimes interesting. You can even talk to this mouse, who gives you some advice, actually. Some people say things that are well, basically it could be weird or clunky, or I'm just saying things I heard from other videos. But it is true. Some things they say, you'll be like, okay. I guess some do mean something, and some are, well, not that much. But why should I care? I don't have a card for it. Then why bring it up to us? So, your weapons are a plastic bat as you saw when I showed my status. But where's the sword? Well, some of the things you buy, if I can find it, are pretty much stuff we use nowadays. Like, your weapons are bats and slingshots. Buy food for healing items. And other stuff like that. Okay, drugs. Okay, I don't know if this was, like, aimed for younger audiences also, but drugs? Seriously? Never mind. The money you could get your money from an ATM. It's pretty much the same as using a bank, except you don't need your signature or anything normal like that. All I have to do is just place your cash card inside and click withdraw or deposit money in. And it pretty much works like a normal ATM. So basically, it's like you can use common knowledge to play this game, other than PSI powered monsters like that bird. This game has a lot of stuff, and of course that's from what I played of the game, so there's much more to explore. And yeah, except for the battle system, which that is a bummer on it not being balanced, it's pretty much good gameplay. I'm gonna give this 2 stars again. Alright, next, if we could get down there, is the music and sound, stuff like that. The music is, well, it just sounds like maybe basic flutes or something to me. But we should remind ourselves, this was the normal NES. I mean, the stuff that was in the Super NES and stuff like music we hear nowadays didn't come back then. I mean, yeah, so I guess they did try their best to make good music and stuff. To basic ones, to good battle musics and stuff. And maybe ones with electric guitar, like one of the battles had electric guitar with a hippie or something. So there is some good music in here. And sound? Okay, the sound pretty much sounds like just beeps and stuff. And of course, texting sounds is pretty much just, it seems like a computer or something typing down like you hear in movies and stuff. Of course, there's other sounds that are good. I mean, it's not really the best, and I'm not really into it that much, but hey, we gotta remind ourselves, this was the old system, so great systems like the Super NES didn't come until years later. But hey, there's some good sounds, like that smash thing, that part, that was kind of good. And there's other music like this, which is kind of good, I'll admit. I haven't heard any of the boss fight music, so I guess maybe the final boss, but I wouldn't know still. Anyway, I'm gonna give this... Hold on. I'm gonna give this just 1 star. Alright, one more. The last thing is graphics. Forgot about that, sadly. Okay, let's start with this one. The battle graphics, the pictures of the enemies, they try to make it look realistic as possible with the NES, which I do like, and they do try their best, even though sometimes they fail. They're kind of good, I like that. Take care of this dog. The graphics in this game are okay. I mean, of course, again, this is a normal NES, so the overworld is good, the trees do look good. And NES, I guess I'm iffy on it, but honestly, kind of reminds me of Charlie Brown. You know, the complete Peanuts and stuff. Okay, that sounded like a book, actually. Just Peanuts. The Peanuts. Yeah. They do good design in this lighting area. So basically, it's very basic and I guess maybe bland, but I guess I'm not really big into it. Again, this was a normal NES, so we can't expect the big power of the Super NES. But you know what, they tried to make it look realistic as possible to me, so I'll give them that. So I just decided to give this 1 star. I couldn't figure out what to give it before I started this review. So this game is pretty much an okay game. The story is okay. The gameplay is fine. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know what, it is a bit basic and it does the gameplay is pretty good, actually. But, of course, the gameplay does have problem with the non-balancing battle system and stuff, which makes me so frustrated, which is one thing I don't like of this. The music is fine, but... The music's okay, but remember, this is a normal NES. Glitches. The graphics are, I guess, basic. But some of the models look a bit like Charlie Brown, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But it's pretty basic. So, I guess this could have been a good game to start with for this series. I'm not really sure, actually. But hey, I've seen other NES games that look better than this, so I guess one reason why I gave it 1 star. But as I heard from one other review, I guess they went simplicity other than high graphics or anything. And you know what? I think they succeed in that a little bit. Yeah, possibly. But basicness in this sort of graphics didn't last that long. It took until Earthbound, Mother 2, for it to have better graphics. There's other things I probably didn't mention in this review, like, for one, the type of things that happen in the fight, like, one of the things with a hippie is how he could decrease your defenses by making your character Ninten think his mother's calling him, and if he falls for it, his, like, defenses or fighting decreases, I forget what happens, and just, so this game could get crazy and a bit weird, and I guess it could, I'm not sure if it could be serious or not, but I guess it's a mixture. And the enemies in this game could get weird, like this Wally guy, and this hippie, and other stuff. So, yeah. I mean, it's not a perfect game, there's no such thing as a perfect game. So, yep. Now, for my final result, I plan on counting all the stars, like, if I got the most, just 1 star, I would put in just 1 star for the whole thing, but I'm actually tied. The story and gameplay are 2 stars, and the music and graphics are 1 star. So, I decided to give this game, just basically Maybe just... Hold on, I don't really know. Yeah, I guess I decided that this game gets 1 star with... Wait, I didn't mean to put it there. This game gets 1 star with a bronze medal. If I spelt that wrong, sorry. Maybe I'll have a way to put in a medal-like thing in the future. So that's my final result. The game gets 1 star with a bronze medal. Okay. Well, that's my first review I've ever done in my life. Literally. So, I hope you enjoyed watching it. Okay, I was still new to it, so if you don't like it because if you call me dumb or something, just, this is my first review and I've never done it before. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Okay, and this also concludes the 5 days of gameplay of Earthbound 0. Woo! So, that's pretty much the basic idea of 5 days of gameplay. Pretty much, if you were catching up by all the videos as I uploaded them, we do 5 videos for the gameplay, and then the 6th video for this review you see right now. So, I hope you like this concept. I never seen anyone else do this sort of concept before. So, it's kind of something, I guess not completely original, but it's pretty cool. Alright, so, I would say from here that my next episode may be up to you, as you could request some things, but not true. If you've seen the introduction of this whole thing, like before day 1, I told you that episode 2 is going to be Earthbound. And I told you episode 3 is going to be Mother 3. So, my next 5 days of gameplay, the next couple of videos, is going to be of Earthbound. So, stay tuned for that. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like my videos, subscribe to my channel. No swearing in the comments. I do mean it when I say it. I'm not saying anyone swore in my comments, but just be warned. That's my #1 rule in this show. Tell friends and family of this channel. And I can't type and talk at the same time. We'll see you guys next time. And I'll see you guys next time. So, see ya. Man, that's my first video review I've ever done. I hope to do better in the future, but I guess I got off to a pretty good start. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. See ya. With a baseball bat. Ow. Stupid snake. Out of the ballpark. Woo! And he's still there. Well, see you guys, in case I don't die.